Wait, this exists?
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Let's fight an epic battle.
So, it's no secret that I like Beyblade. I did an April Fool's video where I had to rewatch the entirety of Metal Fusion 4, and I think that you can tell I'm pretty serious. When I found out that there were Beyblade games for the DS, I had to find out what was in them. I wanted to test their metal, you could say. Anyways, I played both games. Surprisingly, there wasn't a third for Metal Fury, but yeah, one is a game that I would call the best overall on the entire system, and the other could very well be the worst game I've ever played. Let's get into the games, starting with Metal Fusion. Firstly, this game only lets you play story mode and the local multiplayer at the start of the game. You must fully beat a storyline before unlocking anything actually sort of fun. And that might sound a bit brutal, saying that all the best parts are only sort of fun, but no, this is a bad game. Now, there's a button to learn how to play, but I missed it, so I was completely caught off guard in my first battle. You need to pull a ripcord at the start of each round. Simple, yeah? You need to pull it in a specific way though, with the slowest countdown, at a specific speed, and to a specific spot of the screen. If you don't do this, you get a worse launch. Now, I didn't expect this, and was under a blanket with my controller, so I missed the entire launch, meaning an instant loss. After that, I got a good launch, but it seemed really boring. Like I was just watching tops. Yes, I know what I just said, but still. I didn't know that there were actually touchpad controls mid-battle. Quite a few, actually. You swipe to do attacks, tap to jump somewhere, tap on the Beyblade to guard, and hold down to heal. I'm sure that this game is best played with other people, because the CPUs take full advantage of healing, and I cannot keep up with that. Not to mention the fact that tapping your Beyblade to guard is incredibly hard. Speaking of CPUs and incredibly hard, Jenga's storyline is ridiculous. Not just in difficulty, the story too. You're randomly in this tournament where people's souls are stolen if they lose. Crazy. Anyways, you battle, get some money and EXP, rank up, which seemingly does nothing, and so forth. Now, there's Bay Focus thingies, which do level up, and give you very small stat bonuses. The thing is, the CPUs at around the midpoint have much better stats and control of their bays. Then comes the main thing that we all know about Beyblades, being stadium outs. If you're patient and lucky enough, you can get stadium outs pretty easily in most stages, but not all. There's some stages that are entirely walls, meaning you must win through straight up fighting, but Jenga's Pegasus is an attack type. Its defense and stamina stats are terrible. There's also the point system, which is best 3 out of 5, I believe. Stadium outs get you 2 points, where there's also crash outs, which get you 3 points, so that's just a win. Anyways, continuing on, once I got to the battle that pretty much had only walls, I just sat there for hours, waiting until I beat it, getting stat boosts every other time I lost to them. Oh yeah, something else annoying about the story mode is that when you lose, it gives you the option to continue or not. There isn't a downside to choosing continue, but there is to not continuing. If you choose no, it sends you back to the start. To top off how bad the story mode is, you cannot use parts that you buy from the shop in the story. You must use what that character has only. There are no options. I mean, you can choose specific moves, but you can only use 2 from a selection of 4 at the start of the game. Anyways, I beat the most annoying middle of the story fight ever, and after a few attempts, I beat the final boss. Apparently their Beyblade was mind-controlling them, so that's cool, I guess. After that, I messed around with the new stuff I unlocked, like the Battle Coliseum. It was also pretty boring. Just more of the same, but I could use custom parts, so that was better. I got the ability to use passwords, so I googled some up. There was like a grand total of 5. And guess what? 2 of them are parts that seemingly only work when they're used in a set of 3. I don't know how to get the 3rd part, but I can't use the other 2 without it. And finally, I did another story mode. It was the exact same as Jenga's. Maybe they aren't all the same, because I played Sora's, and he's basically Jenga, but I didn't want to play this anymore. On the bright side, Cyber was better than Pegasus. Not by much, but yeah, whatever. Moving on. Here's the true gem of Beyblade games, and DS games in general, really. Beyblade Metal Masters. I'd like to say, never in my 10 seconds of opening up a game before have I been this happy. So yeah, there's no touch controls, meaning it can actually work as a more quick-paced game quite well. Going into arcade mode, you get an incredibly fun set of characters, such as Jenga, Ryuga of all people, and Takeru? I mean, alright, I'm cool with that. In arcade, you choose 3 characters to put on your team, who each battle their own round against the opposing team. Best 2 out of 3. Kinda like in the old game, but it's only 1 point per round, no double points. And let me tell you, this game is so much better than Metal Fusion. It is a 3D fighting game, like Dragon Ball Budokai or Xenoverse. The fact that I get to play a 3D fighter with a controller and Beyblades is amazing. It's pretty simple. You have attack, guard, jump, and special buttons, kinda similar to Super Smash Bros., and you use the D-pad to move. I wasn't good at it at the start. I was still getting used to it, but I was not upset like in the last game. I also missed my launch again, but it didn't immediately kill me. And the launches are way better in this, by the way. Instead of pulling a cord on the screen, you just mash buttons. Amazing. It's so fun too, if I didn't emphasize that enough. Every Bey has their own set of special moves, and El Drago even has 2, which is awesome. You do the different moves with different inputs, and there's also standard movesets for every Bey's normal attacks, but the attacks are still really cool. To top it all off, there's finishing moves that once again return, and they even actually use the same animations as in Metal Fusion, but they're Bey specific now. I didn't mention it before, but in Metal Fusion, you seem to charge these up by just spamming attack, and it kind of applies here too. The difference though, is that you don't lose health for attacking in this one, which you did in Metal Fusion. Granted, in Metal Fusion it was stamina, but this is a proper fighting game, so it's health. It's so much more fun to fight against a cast of only memorable characters, and not some random game-specific characters. Fighting Jenga's dad, Kiyoya, and Masamune is so cool. I love it. There are game-specific characters though, but that's just for the final bosses as far as I can tell. And Ryuga's story, in arcade mode, is so cool. He fights this dinosaur-themed guy, and the dialogue just works. Well done making it this far. What a pity you're about to be sacrificed.
You've got some guts to use such threats with me, but you'll soon regret it.
I know I'm being a nerd, but that's as cheesy, evil, and straightforward as he is in the anime. This guy also has 2 forms, an awesome final boss, and he turns into a big old dinosaur thing. In the end though, this guy is also being controlled by his Bey. We throw it away, And yeah. Overall, I'd say that Metal Masters is so much better than Metal Fusion. And honestly, I'd be so down to play it some more. But anyways, that's those two games. I hope you all liked it. If you want to see more stuff like this, why not subscribe? Since most people who watch aren't subscribed already. With that all said though, thank you to everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!